Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Going to be giving you my predicted 11 for Manchester United's game against ATALANTA in the Champions League group stage. So I think Solskjaer will stick with the 3-5-2 formation. He went with the 3-5-2 formation in the 3-0 win against Tottenham. So, in goal, I'm going to go with David De Gea. David De Gea has done really well so far this season. De Gea was in goal for the game against Tottenham recently. He had very little to do. I do recall one moment though where he did make a poor clearance. De Gea did well in the 5-0 defeat to Liverpool the other week because De Gea was blameless for all of Liverpool's 5 goals and he made 3 good saves in the game to deny Trent Alexander-Arnold, Salah and Firmino. De Gea reclaimed the number 1 spot. In the summer, De Gea decided to cut short his holiday by 2 weeks to fight for the starting place, and De Gea is determined to fight for his Man United future. De Gea has won everything domestically at the football club and he's made over 500 appearances for Man United in all competitions. He has made mistakes in the last couple of years, but he's made up for them mistakes so far this season. Revert back to what I've mentioned before. He's got under 2 years left on his contract and he receives £375,000 a week. And this season is his 11th season at Man United, so he has been a long servant. He's been with us since the Ferguson era. Now the 3 centre-backs, I'm going to go with Eric Bailly, Rafael Varan and Harry Maguire. Bailly will be coming in for Lindelof. Lindelof has been ruled out for this game because he picked up an injury in training. Lindelof did play against Tottenham recently and to his credit he put a good performance out. But I prefer Bailly ahead of Lindelof anyway, but Solskjaer seems to prefer Lindelof ahead of Bailly. Bailly played in the cup game against West Ham earlier on this season. That was his first start of the season and he put a very good performance out. Bailly obviously lost his place in the team a while ago with the signing of Varan in the summer transfer window, and like I've just mentioned, Lindelof is ahead of Bailly. My only element of concern about Bailly is injury prone, so in that aspect he's a liability. Towards the end of last season he signed a new contract with Man United until 2024. There's an option of a further year. He's been at Manchester United for like 5.5 years now. Got him for Villarreal back in 2016 for around 30 million. Were brought Bailly in under the Jose Mourinho era. Rafael Varan, he made his return in the 3-0 win against Tottenham. And what a performance he put out. Varan looked well composed at the back. He was effective in the air as well. And he brought the ball out well from the back. And defensively, he was very good. Varan was out with a groin injury for a few weeks, wasn't he? But it's good now that he's back. In the vast majority of Varane's games at Manchester United, he's been consistent, but on the other side of things, there has been a couple of games where he's looked off the pace. We got Varane in a deal worth 41 million, with add-ons included. Manchester United paid like 34 million up front. Varane's got a contract with Man United until 2025. There's an option of a further year, and Varane to Manchester United was official just before kick-off against Leeds, which was the opening day. You know, he's regarded as one of the best centre-halves in the world, and he's highly experienced. And Varane's got a very good pedigree behind him. Look at the amount of silverware he won when he was at Real Madrid, and he was also a long-serving player when he was at Real Madrid. Harry Maguire, he played against Tottenham recently, and to his credit, he put a good performance out. I think he did get a booking in the game against Tottenham. But I thought Maguire against Tottenham, I thought he brought the ball out well from the back, and defensively, he was very good. He made up for that poor performance against Liverpool the other week. Harry Maguire was abysmal against Liverpool. He was accountable for, 2 of Liverpool's goals, and there was one part, as you all know, where Maguire and Luke Shaw got in a tussle, and that led to Liverpool's second goal. Maguire scored against Atalanta in the 3-2 win at Old Trafford the other week. Maguire played in the 4-2 defeat to Leicester. He was very, very poor in that one. He made some howlers in that game. But Maguire should have never played against Leicester because he wasn't fully fit. So reflecting on that, I heavily criticised Solskjaer. He did have a calf injury earlier on this season. Maguire had ligament damage in his ankle towards the end of last season. Manchester United overpaid for Maguire, got him in a deal worth 80 million, so he's the most expensive centre-half in the world at the moment and the second most expensive signing at the club behind Paul Pogba. Now, left wing back, I'm going to go with Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw recently played against Tottenham, and Luke Shaw put a very good performance out. You know, he provided width, he showed some good attacking intent, got into some very good positions, and defensively he was good. I think Luke Shaw got a yellow card in the game against Tottenham. Obviously he was playing as a left wing back against Tottenham. It was probably Luke Shaw's best performance so far this season, because Luke Shaw's been poor in a lot of games so far this season. Earlier on in the season though, he had a minor injury and he had illness. Shaw was abysmal against Liverpool the other week. I think he was accountable for 3 of Liverpool's goals. Luke Shaw though was superb last season. He was far superior last season to how he has been so far this season. But reflecting on that good performance against Tottenham, you know, I think that'll give him a lot of confidence. And I said, didn't I, not so long ago, that as the season goes on, Luke Shaw should regain his form. But he has had a good career at Man United despite the injuries he's had. He's been at Manchester United for like 7.5 years. So he's been a long-serving player. He's been our first choice left back for a while, and he still remains our first choice left back despite the arrival of Alex Telles. Shaw's got under 2 years left on his contract at Man United. At one point it said we was in the process of extending his contract. Now, right wing back, I'm going to go with Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Aaron Wan-Bissaka recently played against Tottenham. Put a very good performance out against Tottenham, actually. You know, he made some good last-ditch tackles. Got forward well, got into some decent positions, threaded some good crosses into the box. He played against Liverpool the other week. I thought he started that game well, but as the game went on, he lost his pace. Wan-Bissaka is one of the best right backs we've had since Gary Neville. Revert back to what I've said before. This season is his third full season at Man United. We got him for 50 million from Crystal Palace back in the summer of 2019. Now, the two centre midfielders, I'm going to go with Paul Pogba and Nemanja Matic. Pogba is available for this game against Atalanta. Pogba didn't play any part against Tottenham, obviously because Pogba's suspended. He's got 2 games now to serve in the Premier League. But like I say, he can play against Atalanta because that's the Champions League, not the Premier League. Pogba got sent off in the 5-0 defeat to Liverpool. He got sent off for that 2-footed challenge on Naby Keita. Pogba didn't start against Liverpool, and I heavily criticised Solskjaer for that, because I reckon Solskjaer should have started him. It said Pogba snubbed Solskjaer after Liverpool defeat, so reflecting on that, contract talks were put on hold. It looks like Paul Pogba's leaving Manchester United next summer, because Mark Ogden said not so long ago that Man United are prepared to let Pogba leave on a free transfer next summer after accepting that the midfielder will not sign a contract. Fabrizio Romano said after the Liverpool game that Paul Pogba wants Solskjaer sacked. But you know, Paul Pogba is a good player. He's not only a good player, he's an imperative player as well. So far in the Premier League this season, he's provided 7 assists, and he produced good performances for Man United in the last couple of months of last season. But at one point last season, he was out with a thigh injury for a while, and he sustained a couple of ankle injuries at Man United. Andy Mitten from The Athletic said earlier on this season that Manchester United offered Paul Pogba £400,000 a week to stay at Man United. You know, that would see Pogba become the second highest earner at the club. At the moment, Pogba receives around £290,000 a week. Pogba's current contract at Man United expires next summer. Before the start of this season, Pogba rejected a Man United contract. This season is Pogba's 6th season at Man United since he rejoined. He's won 3 trophies at the club so far, and he's our most expensive signing at the moment because we paid £89 million for him. And yeah, Nemanja Matic, I think he'll start this game. Matic didn't start in the 3-0 win against Tottenham, but he did come off the bench and make an impact because he got the assist for Marcus Rashford's 3rd goal. Matic isn't one of our first choice midfielders. but despite that, he still seems to get his chances. Surprisingly, Matic is ahead of Van der Beek in our midfield. I think Matic will go next year. Obviously, I've got my reservations about Matic, even though he's had good games at Man United. The reasons I've got reservations about him is because he's always been a static midfielder. He's ageing up as well. Matic has been at Manchester United for like 4.5 years now. We got him for 40 million from Chelsea back in 2017. Was it before the start of last season? Manchester United give Matic a new 3-year contract. The attacking midfielder, I'm going to go with Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes played in the 3-0 win against Tottenham recently, and he was very, very good. His contribution for both goals against Tottenham was absolutely world class. Fernandes played in the 5-0 defeat to Liverpool the other week. He had a good early chance, but he skied it. Fernandes should have done much better with that. People have said if that chance would have gone in from Fernandes, it could have been a totally different game. Fernandes starts the vast majority of Manchester United's games. And in a lot of games for Manchester United, he's been very consistent. But on the other side of things, there's been quite a few games where he's looked off the pace. Fernandes has been a Manchester United player for almost 2 years now. We got Fernandes from Sporting Lisbon back in January 2020. And last season he won Player of the Year, and he's won Player of the Month quite a few times, reflecting on his good performances. Earlier on in the season, Fernandes made it clear that he wants to stay at Manchester United. When Fernandes first came in, he said he wants to win trophies at Manchester United. Earlier on this season, it said Fernandes was close to signing a 5-year contract worth £250,000 a week. With the signing of Ronaldo. At the moment, Fernandes has got a contract with Man United till 2025. There's an option of a further 12 months. But yeah, Fernandes is one of the best signings we have definitely made since Ferguson retired. The two strikers, I'm going to go with Edison Cavani and Cristiano Ronaldo. Obviously, Cavani and Ronaldo played together in the 3-0 win against Tottenham, and that was very intriguing. Cavani scored a very good goal in the 3-0 win against Tottenham. It was a lovely dink over Hugo Lloris. Cavani should have scored in the first half against Tottenham because he had a very good headed chance. It just went wide. You know, if Ollie was to stick with his formation now on a regular basis, Cavani, would get a lot of opportunities, but it's going to be hard for Ollie to stick with his formation in, a lot of games. Revert back to what I said before. Edison Cavani was actually out with injury earlier on this season. Unfortunately, I think Cavani's going to be leaving Manchester United next year. I don't want him to leave though with the impact he's made since he's come in. Cavani's got under a year left on his contract. Back in May, he signed a 1-year contract extension. Cavani receives over £200,000 a week. Cavani though has got a very good pedigree behind him. Look at the amount of silverware he won when he was at PSG. And not only that, he was also a long-serving player when he was at PSG. And Cristiano Ronaldo, obviously he played in the 3-0 win against Tottenham. What a good goal he scored. He executed the volley to perfection, and it was from a tight angle as well. It was Ben Davies that got caught out. That's 7 goals for Ronaldo now in all competitions since he re-signed. Ronaldo got an assist against Tottenham. That was his first assist for Man United since he re-signed. And he also had a goal disallowed. Ronaldo played in the 5-0 defeat to Liverpool the other week. Ronaldo had a disallowed goal in that game. He was lucky not to be sent off though against Liverpool for kicking Curtis Jones. Ronaldo scored the winner in the 3-2 win against ATALANTA the other week. So he saved us in that one. Ronaldo saved Solskjaer a few times. He scored the winning goal against Villarreal earlier on this season. So there you go. Ronaldo obviously played in the 4-2 defeat to Leicester earlier on this season. Don't forget, in that game, Ronaldo tried to storm off the pitch, but Solskjaer stopped him. Prior to that game, Ronaldo informed Solskjaer that he wants to play in every single league game. Don't forget, for September, Ronaldo got named Premier League Player of the Month. But Ronaldo is the best player in the world overall. I wouldn't say he's the best player in the world at this moment in time. I'd say Salah is the best in the world at this moment in time. Ronaldo has got a contract with Man United till 2023. There's an option of a further year. He does receive £480,000 a week, so he's the highest earner at Man United. He wears the number 7 shirt, and we got him for 19.8 million with add-ons included. So that's how I think Manchester United will line up against Atalanta. By the way, Martial is part of the squad. Martial has just come back from injury. Like I said to you, Manchester United beat Atalanta earlier on this season 3-2 at Old Trafford. You know, Manchester United overcame a 2-goal deficit because we was 2-0 down at half-time. So the goals came from Mario Pezelic and Demirel for Atalanta. And Manchester United's goals came in the second half from Rashford, Harry Maguire and Cristiano Ronaldo. Manchester United are coming into this game on the back of a 3-0 win against Tottenham. And like I mentioned, it was a very good performance against Tottenham. After the game against Tottenham, Solskjaer did say that the experience was key to Man United's win over Tottenham, and Solskjaer also hinted that the Cavani and Ronaldo partnership is staying. But it was a crucial victory for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer against Tottenham. Solskjaer's job is saved, reflecting on that win, because if we would have lost to Tottenham on Sunday, then there'd have been a good chance Solskjaer would have been sacked. But yeah, Manchester United responded well from the 5-0 defeat to Liverpool the other week. Yeah, we needed a response. Prior to the Tottenham game, it did say from the Mirror that Solskjaer had been given 3 games to save his job. Atalanta, obviously, they're coming into this game on the back of a 2-2 draw with Lazio. Atalanta are sitting 5th in Serie A at the moment. Don't forget, Atalanta have finished 3rd in the Serie A for the last 3 seasons. Their current manager is Gasparini. I think they've got like 5 players out with injury. So there you go. After Atalanta, Manchester United play Manchester City. That is Saturday, and that's a huge game for Manchester United. Earlier on today, I was obviously talking with you about Antonio Conte. Obviously, Antonio Conte has gone to Tottenham. So, reflecting on that, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer survives. Obviously, this morning, Tottenham sacked Nuno Santo after just 4 months in charge. Santo had a contract with Tottenham until 2023. Ed Woodward refuses to sack Solskjaer. Many at Manchester United were sure that Solskjaer was going to get sacked, especially after the 5-0 defeat to Liverpool the other week. But I presume now some pressure has eased off Solskjaer, reflecting on that 3-0 win against Tottenham. He'll be still under some pressure, obviously, because it is only 1 game. As you all know, if Man United decide to sack Solskjaer, we'll have to pay 7.5 million to sack him, because in the summer, Solskjaer signed a new contract until 2024. There's an option of a further year, and we made a mistake giving him that contract. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless you all again very, very soon.